Hey church family, I am excited to share with you today about all that God has been doing in and through His church here at Statesboro Worship. Starting with the fact that on April 9th, it marked 2 years of our church being established, which is a huge testament to God's faithfulness and His provision, as He has truly done more than any of us could have thought or imagined in such a short amount of time. And so today, what we're going to be doing is walking through some church updates and some ministry reflections so that you can be fully aware of all that's happening, because we want to give God all the glory because He has been so good to us. In May, we established a new building team with the purpose of exploring how could we expand our church campus to meet the growing needs of our church family. From the beginning, this process and this team has been covered in prayer, marked by thoughtful conversation, discernment, as well as a desire to be good stewards of the resources that God has given us, because we desire to live out our mission of glorifying God and making disciples through His Word. After much research and discernment, we believe that God has led us to the right builder, who not only understands our vision and our need, but is excited and confident to help us bring it to life. And so this team has contracted this builder to design our plans and build our new ministry building. We are excited for this process, and we should have preliminary plans drawn by the end of August. This new ministry building is going to contain designated space for our children's ministry, designated space for our student ministry, designated space for adult Bible studies and Sunday schools, as well as much needed office space. We are excited for this building and the opportunity that it's going to give each of our ministries to continue to grow and thrive in making disciples. And so please stay tuned around the end of August for more information on this coming building and how you can be involved in bringing this to life. As we look ahead to exciting new growth, I want to take an opportunity to share with you the faithful work that our facility serve team has been doing behind the scenes to make sure that we are taking care of and being good stewards of the resources God has already provided us. One of the major projects that this team has been overseeing is the restructuring of our parking lot. This project entailed removal of many trees, as well as bringing in many loads of dirt to level our land. It involved creating a new entrance to our church, which required infrastructure work of pipes and wiring underground. This project has involved many different things that maybe don't meet the eye, but rest assured the work has been done well. This project is still ongoing as the parking lot needs to be striped and sealed, and we hope to have this completed within the next 2 months. You also may have noticed that we have a new sign at our main entrance. And if you've been by in the evening hours, you'll notice that it has lighting that our team installed so that no one will miss our entrance in the evening hours. Also, at our new entrance, there's been a gate that has been built so that in a few weeks, we can place a new sign on that entrance as well. We are thankful for these signs and the lighting so that no one misses how to turn into our church. There's also been some smaller projects, but very important projects that have been happening behind the scenes. Some of those include identifying an issue with our gutters that was causing a small leak, and that has been resolved. As well as that, identifying that we need to replace our windows behind our stage, and that is in the process of being resolved. Hardware has been added to our kitchen from some members helping out this team so that the kitchen can be used more effectively. Also, a tank has been added to our well system to increase water pressure, and this will also allow us to eventually have water down at the playground area so that we could build restrooms and a covered seating area for all to enjoy. On top of that, our team has continued to do a great job of doing the ongoing maintenance projects to keep our facility running for our day-to-day operations. Things from taking care of our pond, to our lighting, to our air conditioning, to things being installed here at the church. This facilities team and those that have volunteered to work with them have been so faithful to serve with a grateful heart and helping us be the good stewards we want to be and taking care of what God has entrusted to us. If you would like to join this team in helping keep up our property, please reach out to Warren Ball or myself, and we'll be glad to get you plugged in to this service opportunity. Our pastor identification team has been faithful to continue to seek God's will in the future leadership of His church here at Statesboro Worship. I want to let you know where we're at in this process. This team, after prayer and discussion, decided it was time to place the job posting officially online so that we could have a bigger reach of candidates. Through that posting, we have received over 50 applications for this job. We have then been going through a process to narrow those applications down and are now in a process of reviewing sermons and having initial questions answered by candidates that are at the top of our list. This process is still ongoing and there's still many steps to be completed, but we want to be transparent with you that we are making forward progress and that most importantly, that we're continuing to be committed to prayer and seeking God's timing and His will for who He would bring to be our lead pastor. And I ask that you would join us in prayer over this process, that we would continue to be faithful to trust God's timing and His lead. I'm excited to see what comes from this process. The mission at Statesboro Worship is to glorify God and make disciples through His Word. And one of the ways that we do that is by living out the practice of being the hands and feet of Christ to our community and the world at large. And so I want to take a moment to share with you some of the mission opportunities that we've been a part of this year so far. This May, our church had our first annual day of service where we were able to come together not only for worship, food, and fellowship, but most importantly, a time of service to our community and also the ministries within our church. And together as a church family, we were able to do the following things. We sanded and stained decks and docks at Fostering Bullock to prepare them for their camps this summer that serve foster children. We also deep cleaned Fostering Bullock's kitchen and common areas so that everything would be ready to go for these camps. We had a team that sealed the outdoor rooms on our back porch so that ministry could continue to happen within them. We had a team that re-landscaped the church playground that improved safety and appearance, as well as a team that did landscaping to the side of our building. We also had a team that packed over 120 hygiene items for an organization called The Button that supports local school children with essential items that are needed for their hygiene. The day of service concluded with a time of worship and a message on why serving matters. It was an incredible day and an opportunity for our church family to come together and being the hands and feet of Christ. We are looking forward to another day of service that'll take place in the spring. And so if you didn't get to participate earlier this year, we hope that you'll participate with us in the future. Beyond that one day of service, there are ongoing mission efforts that are happening within the life of this church that I want to highlight. One of those being our blood drives. We have had multiple blood drives and now have collected over 400 units of blood. What an incredible thing to celebrate, as we know that this is life-giving and that people within our congregation have benefited from blood donations and transfusions, as well as people that we don't even know. And so thank you for all those that have donated, either given blood or helped volunteer to make these blood drives possible. We are now the second most productive center for blood drives in the county, and that's an incredible way that we've been serving those around us. We also have a team, Stitching with God's Love, who have used their skills to provide for needs not only in our church, but also in the world. One of their main projects is they have sewn 80 dresses and matching shirts to give to girls in Trinidad, as well as 11 pairs of boys' shorts with shirts that match. These clothes have been given to a missionary to hand out at a local VBS in Trinidad, and it's been a great way to provide for needs that this community had. This team has plans to continue to make 39 pairs of shorts and 20 dresses for the children, and they will be continuing to work on that in the days to come. This team also used their skills to make the skirt that you see around our stage, and now they are currently working on providing covers for our racks of chairs so that we can take better care of our chairs. So we appreciate what they've been doing in order to serve those in our community and our world. Not only as a church are we providing for physical needs, but we're also providing financially for different ministry organizations. And so I want to share some of the gifts that we have given this year so far. Our church has committed to supporting 2 ministries monthly. The first being Open Hearts Community Mission. This is a ministry that supports the homeless population within our community. The second is we are partnering with a missionary couple that will be doing mission work in Western Asia. They will be in a region where the gospel is not widely known or accepted. And so please be in prayer for them as they go and serve those who have not yet heard. Our church has also supported ministries locally and abroad through specific donations to provide for needs that they shared. Those ministries are Miss Ellis Camp for Special People, Young Life, Cafe 1040, in which we supported a missionary from our church that was serving with that organization this summer. We also supported a missionary from our church going to Uruguay and doing efforts there, as well as a Campus Crusade missionary that was doing a trip abroad and also serving locally. And we supported the Fostering Bullock summer camps that serve children that are in foster care. You may not know this, but our church is a tithing church, meaning that we give 10% of the general fund donations that we receive back to missions. And so if you have been contributing to our general fund, you have had a hand in contributing to these financial needs of the ministries that I mentioned to you. So thank you for giving to be able to make this impact possible. As you know, being a part of Statesboro Worship Church family, we are committed to following Christ's example of servant leadership. We understand that Christ came to serve and not to be served, and hopefully you've seen the heart of service and all of the things we've already discussed today. But I also want to spend time highlighting some of our serve teams that have done ministry within our church here locally. Our Major Life Event Care team this year so far have provided 22 meals to those that were either home recovering from surgeries, welcoming new babies, or going through a difficult time. They also provided a bereavement meal for one of our church families, as well as provided for some needs that came up within our church family. This group has been faithful to not only provide meals, but also fellowship to those going through these different life events. Our Serving Hearts Senior Care team have provided 144 visits to those that are in assisted living or at home or in the hospital. And through those visits, they've offered not only an opportunity for light aerobics, teaching new card games for the residents to enjoy and fellowship with one another, offering communion, as well as that, just an opportunity to know and be reminded that they are loved by this church family. That team has also hosted 2 luncheons where they've welcomed seniors to come and be a part of being honored through a time of fellowship and food and programming. And so just want to express a huge thank you to this group for making sure that people, whether they're here physically with us or not, know that they are loved and cared for by our church family. Our prayer team is comprised of 22 individuals who are faithful to pray over the needs not only of our congregation, but those within our community. Our community knows that our church takes prayer seriously and that our church is founded on prayer. And so many people in the community have reached out to our prayer team, asking them to lift up specific concerns, and our team always responds joyfully with a yes. And so we're grateful to have a team that's committed to pray for those in our church and in our community, because we know that God is at work and He is on the move, and it is felt within their prayers. One of our serve teams is committed to making sure that our areas are welcoming and inviting to all those that enter it. And they've been working hard to decorate this foyer and also our bathrooms so that when anyone enters, that they feel that they are at home. And so we appreciate all the work that that team has been doing to keep these areas fresh and inviting for everyone that visits. We also have a team that is writing notes of encouragement to encourage those that are going through difficult times, or to let them know that they're being prayed for. So far this year, 109 notes have been written and delivered, which is an incredible testament to those that are writing those notes. They're being so faithful to be the hands and feet of Christ and letting people know that they are being prayed for and cared for, and that they are a part of this church family. We also have a setup team who's dedicated to making sure that we are set up for Sunday morning as well as special events throughout the year. This team has been doing a great job in serving in this capacity, and many of us never see the work they do. They either come throughout the week or early hours in the morning to make sure that our facility is set up and ready to go for each of our worship services, and we appreciate all that they're doing. What I just shared is not an exhaustive list of all that our serve teams have been doing. It's just some of our major highlights. There are many people that serve on these teams, and then even those within our congregation that may not be on a team, that are truly being the hands and feet of Christ in our church and in our community. I'm thankful to be a part of a church family that has a heart of service and that is living that out. And so if you have been serving, thank you. Thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for making an impact and ultimately a witness to others of the love that God has for each of us. I want to take a moment to update you on what's happening in the life of our ministries of our church. First being children's ministry. Reflecting on this year so far, we have had incredible Wednesday nights. Our Wednesday nights have continued to grow, not only in numbers, but in depth in our children's ministry. And it's been exciting to see children excited to learn and grow in their relationship with God. Also, this summer, we grew with our Vacation Bible School. We had 95 children participate in VBS and 91 adults help and serve. So it was an incredible week of everyone growing in their relationship with God. Also this summer, our children's ministry have had weekly events to encourage fellowship and an opportunity for kids to invite their friends to find out about our church. They've done things from pony rides to water slides, snow cones, going on all kinds of adventures here at the church and also away from the church. One of the best adventures our children's ministry went on this summer is they had their first summer camp, where they went to CentraKid at Bruton Parker College and participated in a weekend retreat there. It was an incredible time to see our children grow in their faith and also making new friendships. I got to be a part of that weekend along with Jody and other faithful volunteers, and I can tell you that each of us were blessed by witnessing what God was doing in the lives of those children. As we move into the fall, our children's ministry will kick off on August 13th. It'll be from 4:50 to 6, just like last year. That first night will be a fun kickoff night, and so make sure if you have a child, a neighbor, or a friend that is in pre-K through 5th grade, invite them out to our kickoff, and hopefully they'll join us throughout the year on Wednesday nights. We also will be working towards some other programming with our children's ministry with fun nights that will happen once a month. And so stay tuned for more information on those things. Last but not least, we also enjoy our time with children on Sunday mornings. Our children recently promoted to their new classrooms on August 3rd, and so our classes are now reforming and also having a time of growth, getting to know their new friends and their new teachers. And so want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you not only to Jody and all of the hard work that she invests week in and week out to lead our children, but also thank you to those that volunteer on Sunday morning and those that volunteer on Wednesday night. We could not have a children's ministry without you. Your willingness to serve and to love as Christ has loved you is what enables us to carry out our children's ministry here and seeing God move and work in mighty ways through your willingness to serve. Thank you. Stay tuned for more information on our children's ministry to come. Our student ministry has also had an impactful year so far. They have had Wednesday night small groups as well as breakfast clubs on Thursday, both opportunities to engage students, making sure that they know that they are valued and loved, and most importantly, to encourage them to grow in their walk with Jesus. Also this year, they had their winter retreat in February. They were able to take 47 on that trip, which was not only an opportunity to ski, but also to have a time away from what's going on at home and connect with God, being challenged and encouraged in their faith that weekend. Moving on to this summer, they had their summer camp at Snowbird Wilderness Outfitters, which is a week-long camp. And at that camp, they focused on Romans chapter 8 and really challenged students to understand what they believe and why they believe it. And it was incredible. At the end of that summer camp, we always have a tradition of where we ask students if they want to speak about what God has done in their life that week, that they can do that. And you would be blown away by what students stand up, how many of them stand up and give testament to what God did in their life that week. And so it was a great week of growth and encouragement. This summer, they've also had many activities, just like the children, but they've had water slides and minute to win it games and scavenger hunts that have kept them coming, and an opportunity to invite friends to join them in what we're doing here. They've also had a Bible study through Philippians this summer as an opportunity to continue to grow in God's Word together. They are gearing up for the fall as well, and they will kick off on August 13th, and that will be from 6:30 to 8, and that is a time of fellowship, games, and Bible study. And so if you have a student that is in 6th through 12th grade, want to encourage you to invite them out starting on August 13th. That'll be a fun kickoff night, and then continuing throughout the other Wednesdays in the semester. Be a great time for growth for our students. They will also they'll continue to have fun nights. So once a month on a Sunday night, they'll gather up here for a fun night as an opportunity to bring friends and continue to grow the program, not only in numbers, but also in depth. And so they're looking forward to that. Like our children's ministry, our student ministry could not happen without all of the faithful volunteers that choose to serve week in and week out through our small groups, through Breakfast Club, and then also through our special events and activities. And so if you've been serving in that capacity, please know that we appreciate you and we are grateful for what you're doing. And we're grateful for Drew and for Clay and all that they're investing in this ministry and doing their best to lead others closer to Christ. And so I'm excited to see how God continues to grow our student ministry this year. Our men's ministry had another successful barbecue in May where they were able to raise funds for missions. Also, want to let you know that our men's ministry and fellowship dinner is going to kick off on August 24th at 6 p.m. They'll have dinner, fellowship, and also a speaker. And so please make sure that you mark that on your calendar. I know that they would love for you to join them during that time. Our women's ministry Bible study that takes place on Tuesdays, want to make sure that you mark your calendar that will be starting again after Labor Day. And so if you're interested in being a part of that women's Bible study, you can reach out to myself or to Linda Hubbard, and we will keep you up to date with what they'll be studying and when they will kick off. Earlier this year, we launched some new small groups and Bible studies, and we were excited to see so many people decide to join and be a part of those. Maybe you have not yet joined a Bible study or a small group and you are desiring to be a part of one. And if that's the case, please reach out to myself and I will be glad to get you the information you need. We look to start up new small groups and Bible studies, as well as continue the ones that we already started, and those will take place later in August. And so if you'd like more information on plugging in that capacity, please reach out to me. Thinking about our church as a whole, I want to celebrate some very important things. That being that we've had so far this year 3 baptisms and 2 baby dedications. And we also have a few more that are going to be getting baptized here soon. It is exciting to know about baptisms and baby dedications because it's a reminder that God is at work within the life of His congregation here. And I'm excited to see people continue to make next steps in their faith and in their commitment to Christ. And so I want to celebrate those things. We also have had 7 people join our church so far this year, and we have several more that are going to be joining on our next membership Sunday, which is August 10th. And so I hope that you celebrate with me in these baptisms and dedications and choices of becoming members, because these are wonderful things that are just a testament to the good that God is doing. As we wrap up this update, I want to encourage each of us through a passage found in Hebrews chapter 10. This is verse 23 through 25, which says, "Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for He who promised is faithful. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching." I am encouraged to be a part of this church family. I am praying that you and I would continue to press on toward the goal, which is Christ Jesus, and that we would hold tightly to the hope that we have in His name. And so as we continue to go throughout this year, may we be encouraged to continue to love and serve and give as Christ has called us to. We have so much to be grateful for. God has been so good to us, and I am excited to see how He continues to provide and lead and guide us as we close out this year. God bless.